What's up in Minnesota? So again, this is the reports, the activity that's happened in Minnesota from April 12th, the date of our last meeting, through yesterday. So we're going to start off with updates. So these are cases you've seen in the past that weren't completed, that are now completed. We're going to tell you how they closed out. Then there's going to be brand new cases that have come in that you haven't seen before. So we're going to talk about that. And actually, interesting too. Remember I said we had 5 cases, and even saying 5 cases this month is a little misleading. And I'll talk about why it's misleading here in just a few minutes. So first we're going to start off with our updates. Our updates was case number 141460 took place in March 8th of 2025. AN4 took place in Victoria, which is in Carver County. And actually, yeah, so remember Victoria, Carver County, that's going to come up a little bit later in the meeting too. So looking at night vision goggles, took 3 months to figure it out, picked up some spots, couldn't get them into focus. Bill Andig was working on that one. Let's see what Bill came up with on that one. And I don't know why he submitted this picture. It's obviously from Booker magazine. I try to show you guys everything that I can on the cases. The witness attached this photograph to it for some reason. I don't know who that is or why he put it in there, but I'm just trying to be fully transparent. That's the photo that he attached to his case. Complete unknown UAV. So the witness seemed very credible and articulate. I believe that he believes that he saw exactly what he has reported. I have no explanation for the event. By definition, this is an unknown UAV. Again, case number 141616-U-E. So I call the U and the E, there's different letters that they can put on after the cases. I don't know if MUFON has an actual term for them. I call them qualifiers. They tell me a little bit about the quality of the case. So U stands for a UFO, E stands for entity, A stands for abduction, and EQ stands for experience or questionnaire. So cases could have all 4 or 1. Occasionally they'll have none, but they usually have a U. But so that's what that stands for. Took place on March 24th. Again, Victoria, Carver County. Keep that. I'm going to keep saying that. You're going to hear that a lot. So all he said for his short description is, what are they? His detailed description, he said, I use night vision goggles, see transparent shaped donuts and bubbles. Cannot see them every night. Bill Andig was assigned to that. And he's completed unknown UAV. Please see report, the previous report. So same witness. Got the same witness here. Case number 141737-U took place on March 31st. Moose Lake, which is in Carlton County, MA1. Several sightings of several UFEPs over the past few years. Very dark skies. Steve Hero was working on this. Steve's one of our great longtime field investigators from the northern part of Minnesota. He determined it's completed as the unknown other. So it's not an unknown UAV, unidentified aerial vehicle. He can't tell exactly what it is. So Steve says, I eliminated any commercial type of aircraft because of the unusual movements of the object. The witness said that it moved too fast and too erratic to be a drone. She seemed to be able to differentiate between objects in the sky. The perceived shape shifting and color changes could be the effects of atmospheric scintillation, bending of light waves due to atmospheric conditions. Also, I think it is unlikely that this could be a drone because of the rural location and the sightings occurred. Her description was orb-like and somewhat transparent. Disposition, unknown other, STH, Steve Hero, field investigator. So thank you, Steve, for your work on that. Case number 141741-U took place on March 29th of this year. Clements in Redwood County. Light anomaly on the 29th. Jamie Flood. Jamie Flood, she's one of our new field investigators, and she is doing a bang-up job. Jamie, I don't think you're watching, but Jamie, if you see this, kudos to you. Let's give Jamie a big round of applause because she's doing a wonderful job for us. Very thorough, very detail-oriented. Always good work from Jamie. So, and I think Jared's been helping train her too. So another tip of the hat to Jared for helping train Jamie. So it's a great job. So she determined completed IFO man-made object. So the witness indicates that there was a light anomaly which became visible on the live view video screen connected to her exterior surveillance camera. At one point, after seeing the light anomaly on the live view video screen, she went outside and could not see or hear anything. She began recording and submitted 5 videos of the light anomaly taken by this exterior surveillance camera. Witness did not respond to my initial email requesting a phone call to further discuss her observations. Upon review of the witness videos, it was determined that the light anomaly was a result of a lens flare originating from the nearest brightest street light. Witness was advised of findings that the light anomaly was a lens flare. Additionally advised witness that differing atmosphere weather conditions could affect the appearance of a lens flare, as could anything present in the lens itself, such as moisture or dust. Advised witness if she cannot see the anomaly with her own eyes and is only present when viewing through the camera is a good indication of a lens flare or camera artifact. No response from the witness as of the time of the closing of this case. And I was just going to say that because so lens flares, when you see it in the camera, but you go like this and it's not there, it's probably an artifact. Not necessarily, because if your camera's on like infrared or something like that, you'll see it in the camera, but maybe not outside. But if it's like regular light, a lot of times if it's in the camera, but not with your own eye, is a problem with it. And Lens flares come up a lot. So lens flare, for those who don't know, is you're taking a picture with the camera and there's a source of light that's very bright. It can be in the camera view or it can be outside the camera view, but it's much brighter than the background light. And so the light from this very bright source comes into the camera. It starts bouncing around in the lenses and creates a little ball on the view you see. It's usually like a bluish green ball too. It's pretty consistent. I even had someone write in, they said, oh, it's bluish green because this type of coating that they put on the lens of this is why it reflects blue-green. But so, yeah, so we see lens flares a lot. And you guys are getting pretty good. When I show you pictures, a lot of you go, yep, lens, you know a lens flare when you see, because once you kind of see them and get a feel for them, you'll know what they are. So thank you, Jamie, for your wonderful work on that case. Case number 140750-U took place on December 1st of 2012. So that one's got a few years on it. Sphere was seen in Walnut Grove. Maybe they're looking for Laura and Pa out there. So black object. Bill McNeff was working on that. Let's see what Bill McNeff came up with. 4-foot roundish, but not perfectly round object in the center of the road. Yeah, 10 miles per hour. Completed unknown UAV. Finding witness told of a number of experiences, most of which have parallels with other cases. The account of approaching an object while driving, experiencing a time lapse is common. Witness told of his experiences in a calm, matter-of-fact way, giving an impression of total honesty and supporting my impression of credibility. Disposition, unknown other. So other means we can't verify it as a craft. Unknown UAV would see we saw something solid, it's a craft. Other means we can't necessarily see that. So that's all of our old cases. So now these are the new cases. So I'm going to go a little more line by line through these because you haven't seen these before. So, and we've got, well, let's take a look at the next screen. We've got 5 cases that came in. 5 cases. The date ranges from the 12th through yesterday. So that submission range, that's the submission range. The range of the sightings was from the 25th through the 4th. So a very short range of time there too. 0 cases of interest. So a case of interest is when a case comes into MUFON, it goes to MUFON Global first and they take a look at it. If they think it really might be something extraterrestrial, they mark it for us as a case of interest. So we take extra special look at it. We didn't get any of those. 0 ERT cases. An ERT, remember I said EQ for the qualifier? That's an ERT case. The ERT stands for Experiencer Resource Team. So we have there may be witnesses who they might not have seen a craft, they may not have seen an entity, but they feel like something right is not right is going on. They might have some missing time, or they might be suspicious of something. They might think they may have an abduction, but they don't know what's going on. So they'll reach out to us, and our ERT team, Experiencer Resource Team, will work with them to help them find maybe a psychologist or a psychiatrist or a therapist or someone to help them find an answer to the questions that they have. They're not really our typical cases. We didn't have any of those. We had 5 cases come in. They're all circles. One was an AN1. So the AN, FB, and MAs, those are what MUFON refers to as valet classifications. Valet classifications. That's a way we categorize the information in the sightings that we have. Because if you go back to Project Blue Book, one of the civilian contact for Project Blue Book was J. Allen Hynek. And so J. Allen Hynek had an assistant named Jacques Vallée. So as they were gathering all these cases for the Air Force, they started gathering and then they started categorizing them. What ones have this in common? What ones have that in common? And they came up with 4 different categories for the sightings that they were seeing. And then from those categories, they developed 5 different levels of the categories. So I'm sure everybody's heard of this one valet classification, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. It's not just a movie, that's an actual valet classification that came out of Project Blue Book. So the classifications, the categories are, AN stands for anomaly, FB stands for flyby, MA stands for maneuver, and CE stands for close encounter. And all those have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're going to look at 1 AN1. So MUFON defines an AN1, an anomaly of the first kind, as anomalies that do not have lasting physical effects, such as amorphous lights or unexplained explosions. So there's not really any evidence, it's just there and it's gone kind of thing. We're going to look at 1 FB1. So MUFON defines an FB1. It's a flyby of the first kind. It's a simple sighting of a UFO flying by in the sky. It's the category most frequently reported. And then we've got 3 MA1s. So MA stands for maneuver. So we have 3 maneuver of the first kind. We're going to see 3 of those. And MUFON defines a maneuver of the first kind as gathers those UFO observations that involve an object with a discontinuous trajectory, such as a drop, a maneuver, or a loop. So something that your average plane or helicopter couldn't do, some type of maneuver in there. So, and the thing about this is 5 is a low number for us for this amount of time. And it's even kind of misleading because one person submitted 1 case, one person submitted the other 4. So we're not even talking about 5 unique witnesses. We're talking about 2 unique witnesses. And the person that submitted the 4 are from Victoria and Carver County. So it's not even his first go around. So they're going to see a little. So there's a lot of kind of interesting or unusual things happening this month. So, but let's take a look at these cases. So case number 1, the first case is number 142007-U, so U for UFO, took place on April 25th of this year at 10 p.m. A circle was seen, FB1, a flyby of the first kind, in Victoria, Carver County. So the guy from the updates, I've seen these formations pass through the same spot the last 2 weeks. That's the entire short description. Now the detailed description, people can write really, 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 really long detailed descriptions, and when they do, I like give synopsises. This is his entire detailed description. I've been seeing these formations moving at least 10,000 miles per hour the last 2 weeks through the same spot. So remember, he's submitted a lot before, and he's submitted 4 this month. So Bill Anding is working on that one. It's currently in progress. And that's the thing, when someone submits multiple cases to us, we generally give all the cases to one investigator, which can kind of seem like it overloads the investigator, but you're not having the witness being bombarded by like multiple field investigators contacting them. So it kind of helps the witness, but can kind of be a burden on the field investigator if there's a lot of cases. So Bill's working on that. It's in progress. When we complete it, I'll show you it in an update in a future meeting. And I'll say too, so for the 4 that he submitted this month, he submitted probably about a half a dozen, maybe 8 different videos. All of them but one have like some sort of codex on it that my computer can't read, but one we can read. So once I go through all the cases, I'm going to show you one video that this guy submitted for one of his cases. So let's go to case number 142139-U, so -UFO, took place on May 3rd, 2025 at 9:42 p.m. A circle was seen, AN1 anomaly of the first kind in Richfield. So this is not the same guy. This is a different guy. So a hovering, bouncing object object below the moon. 4 of us noticed the hovering, bouncing object below the moon. We watched it for about half hour in Richfield, Minnesota. 2 hours later, my wife and I drove home to Minneapolis and still saw the object in the sky below the moon. We tried astronomy apps to see if it could be explained as some type of celestial body, and nothing came up. I also used my flight radar app to see if it was a plane, and nothing came up. It was truly a bizarre event. So Steve Hero and Mark Toffel right here is currently working on it. It's in progress. I don't have the video for this one, but Mark just happens to have the video.
Yeah, I've talked to the guy who saw the thing, and we have the photographic evidence of what they saw at the friend's house, but we don't have any evidence of what they say they saw later.
And if you're really, 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 really nice to Mark, when we go on break, maybe he'll show you the video he's got on his phone. Maybe he won't, depends on how nice you are, but I don't want to speak for you, or speak for Mark, so. But anyways, so that one, once Mark and Steve complete that one, we'll give you an update on what the conclusion with that case was. So case number 142141-U took place on May 3rd, 2025 at 10:20 p.m. Circle was seen, MA1, so maneuver of the first kind. Again, Victoria, Carver County. So we've got that same witness. His short description is the whole thing. I have over 80 videos of last night. He didn't submit all 80 videos. He submitted a handful, but he didn't submit all 80. The skies were literally full last night, and I need serious help here. Can't keep up with what's happening here. So, and that's his full detailed description too. Bill Anding, again, is working on that. It's in progress. When Bill completes it, we'll show you how he resolves it in a future meeting. So case number 142143-U took place again on May 3rd, 2025 at 10:09 p.m. Circle was seen, MA1, so maneuver of the first kind in Victoria, Carver County, against the same witness. I witnessed at least 1,000 UFO craft last night. At least 1,000 UFO craft last night. So his full description was these objects were all over the skies last night. I was also seeing and recording the orbs in deep space flashing at me. I need help here, please. And I think this is the one where we've got the video. I think this is the one we have the video, but Bill's working on that. When he completes it, we'll show you what he concludes on that one. So case number 142156-U took place on May 4th, 2025 at 10 p.m. A circle again seen, MA1 maneuver of the first kind in Victoria, Carver County. We got the same witness again. It was closer to me and checking me out. These objects are attached to me, I think. That's all he said. That's all his details he's got. So Bill Anding is working on that. It's in progress. When it completes it, we'll show you what he determined. So, but let's take a look at that video. So Eric's all ready to show you the video, I think. So Eric, take it away. Let's see that video. But see how they're moving in unison. That's gonna be stars. There's that, yep. And I believe in one of his first cases, he said he's using night vision goggles. That doesn't look like night vision, but it actually could be, I suppose. I don't think he drops any F-bombs. We'll see if he drops an F-bomb. Okay, so that's, I don't know if we want to, maybe back it up again and show the first few seconds again, because it was kind of choppy. Yeah, max it up and go all the way back to the beginning. So there's that one. It's obviously not the stars in the background. That was actually something moving. For quite a bit, because he's moving that camera quite a bit to keep up with it, so.
This is Long Carper County.
Yeah, that's that same Victoria one, so. And yeah, you can shut it off, so. Okay, so once Bill finishes up with that one, we'll go back to, we'll revisit this one and tell you what Bill has determined, so. Okay, and that's what's up in Minnesota for this month. We're actually finishing up